It's August 29th. You're 2 laps from locking your playoff spot. You pull out of line to make the pass of your season, and for the first time all year, the wall of air isn't there. Your car surges forward. Except you've never felt this car do that before. Nobody has. Because this rules package has never touched a racetrack until this exact moment. NASCAR just handed a 3-time Daytona 500 champion the pen to rewrite the rulebook. And they're using it in the biggest race of the year, with 0 practice, 0 test session, and 16 playoff spots on the line. Before we get into how this changes everything, if you're new here, this channel is NASCAR Racing World, and we're closing in on our first 500 subscribers. If breakdowns like this one are useful to you, hitting subscribe, dropping a like, and leaving a comment genuinely helps this channel grow. Your support is what makes content like this possible, and it means more than you'd think. Now, back to the story. The car everyone will race on August 29th is not the car anyone has ever driven at Daytona. So what actually changed? And why would NASCAR risk it at the single most important race of the regular season? Here's the part that should make even the skeptics pay attention. John Probst, NASCAR's Chief Racing Development Officer, confirmed that NASCAR spent more than 10 days running simulations before finalizing what he himself called the radical changes. That's not a fan's word or a commentator's spin, that's the term used by the man who signed off on it. So let's unpack what's actually different, piece by piece. The rear spoiler is shrinking from 7 inches down to 4 inches, a dimension closer to what fans already see on intermediate tracks, not superspeedways. Splitter stuffers are being added to the front of the car. Horsepower is dropping from 510 to 465. There's a redesigned spoiler brace and a new deflection device engineered to change how air moves off the back of the car. And here's the detail worth remembering for later, the safety hardware itself hasn't been touched. Same crash structures, same restraint systems, same protective architecture. Only the aerodynamics and the power delivery have changed. Now here's the number that changes the entire conversation. According to NASCAR's own CFD modeling, the computational fluid dynamic simulations used to predict how air behaves around the car, a driver running just 5 miles per hour faster than the car ahead is now significantly more likely to actually complete a pass. That's not a marginal tweak. That's a structural change to how racing at Daytona is supposed to work. And it's not just NASCAR's own modeling making that claim. Denny Hamlin, the 3-time Daytona 500 winner who sat directly in the room while these changes were being designed, put a specific number on what he expects to see. In his own words, it's going to be roughly a 33% gain in the right direction. That's a driver-owner, someone who races this car and also owns a team that fields it, publicly projecting a 33% improvement in passing ability, based on a car that has never turned a lap in competition. Which brings us to the part of this story that's harder to untangle. A driver-owner literally sat in the room designing the rules he'll then race under himself. That's not a hidden detail, it's public knowledge, and it's exactly the kind of thing that raises questions about who benefits and who doesn't. Layer onto that the leadership angle. Steve O'Donnell, NASCAR's newer CEO, has been pushing the sanctioning body to react quickly, rather than take a slower, more cautious approach to rules changes. That urgency is part of why this package is landing right before the playoffs instead of being tested and refined over an entire off-season. But here's where Probst's own words complicate the reckless narrative. He was direct about the fact that NASCAR didn't go as far as it could have. In his own words, "We didn't pull every lever that we could. That would frankly require us to get 15 cars down to Daytona and try some more radical stuff." So they admit there was a bigger swing available. They chose not to take it. Was that caution, or a warning sign they already knew this was risky enough as it is? This entire situation is already splitting opinion across the sport, and it's worth understanding why. This isn't a new argument, it's the latest chapter in a horsepower debate that's been simmering for years. Kevin Harvick has publicly argued that the next-gen car needed a genuine horsepower increase, not a small adjustment, and has pointed out that rising engine costs haven't translated into a difference drivers can actually feel on track. On the other side of that debate, veteran crew chief Rodney Childers reacted enthusiastically to a related horsepower shift, posting, "Excited to see this in 2026." That reaction shows that not everyone in the garage sees this as a gamble, some see it as overdue. Then there's the reaction NASCAR sees every single time a rules package drops, visible across its own fan replies on X. A recurring chorus of comments pushing back with, "Just give us more horsepower," alongside skepticism that NASCAR is treating the symptoms of a problem instead of admitting the car itself needs a deeper redesign. If you want to understand the core tension driving all of this criticism, Steve Lart's diagnosis captures it best: it's very easy to get a run on the leader and very hard to do anything with it. That single sentence explains exactly why NASCAR felt compelled to intervene before the playoffs even started. Now let's bring back the urgency, because this is where the stakes actually compress. There is no test session scheduled. There is no practice session planned. Qualifying will be the only time these cars touch the track before the race itself. The first time any driver feels this car behave differently in a real pack, at speed, surrounded by competitors, will be the green flag of the race that determines the regular season playoff field. Remember that moment from the very start of this video? That's not a hypothetical scenario built to grab your attention. That's lap 1 of the Daytona race on August 29th. So where does this actually leave the sport heading into that weekend? There are two competing headlines the internet will be ready to write the moment the checkered flag falls. One version reads, "NASCAR finally fixed Daytona." The other reads, "NASCAR gambled a playoff spot on an untested car." Even Probst himself isn't willing to promise which one it'll be. His own words on the changes: "I don't want to make bold claims, it won't eliminate it." That's about as honest a hedge as you'll get from someone who helped design the very rules package about to be tested live, in front of everyone, with no safety net of prior data. 16 playoff spots. One brand new car nobody has raced. Zero room for error. August 29th is coming, and right now, nobody, not even the people who built this thing, knows which headline we're going to wake up to. If you enjoy real NASCAR breakdowns like this, you'll like what's coming next. This story is going to keep developing right up until race weekend, and we'll be tracking every update. Drop a comment below, genius fix, or reckless gamble. And if this channel, NASCAR Racing World, is helping you understand what's actually happening in the sport beyond the headlines, take a second to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who follows NASCAR. We're close to hitting 500 subscribers, and every bit of that support genuinely helps this keep going.